What is up, Razco Development Group? First drop, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And if you're anything like me and you enjoy tinkering with all your stuff, I think you're really going to enjoy this. Here we go. Our first product is the TQ Taco. Okay, here's what we got. We wanted to make a very slim, very modular tourniquet carrier so that you could use it in a lot of different places and keep this sucker as compact as possible. So what we have, and why we call it the TQ Taco, is because it has this little insert that holds your tourniquet. All right, this will accommodate this Snake Stash Systems ETQ wide, the cat tourniquets, and the soft tees, and it is adjustable to accommodate all of those, right? It is sized for that size of a tourniquet. You have inside of the taco portion, this is why we're calling it the TQ Taco. This kind of looks like a taco. I know, I'm very creative. Anyway, with this square knot right here, you can adjust this size to fit all of your tourniquets and however you stow it. All right, if you're gonna be part of this development group, you probably need to know how to tie a square knot. We'll have an instructional video for this, how to show you how to mount the things and how to tie this, because it's going to come to you flat like this, just so if you get an Ace Ventura kicking your package down the street type of postman, this doesn't get squashed and crimped in transit. So it's going to come like this, and you're going to have to tie this up yourself. Very easy. We'll have an instructional video that will come later. Anyway, so here's what we got. Here's the rundown of all the features. So this is why we made this little taco, right? This makes it super easy to stow and unstow. And when you grab it, you have a nice, easy to deploy tourniquet. And you don't have to fight. If you're doing some training, which you should, of course, with anything, you should train it, how to use it, and probably do it more than once. It's easy to get it in and out of there. And when you need it, you have an easy to deploy little thing, right? You can grab the pull tab, you can hook a finger underneath there and pull. Makes it very simple to get that out and into action. All right, the front here has a hole pattern that will accommodate a various amount of clips and mounting options. It is going to come like this. This is the stock option right here, okay? So you're going to get this DCC clip. It will go on your pants belt, IWB. You can stick it in your pocket and it will grab your pants or whatever pocket you are wearing. These DCC clips grab stuff really well. It doesn't necessarily need a belt. Belts make it work really great. Doesn't necessarily need it. You could also stick this inside of bags if there's anywhere to hook this little clip on, and now this thing is right where you left it. Okay, it will also grab onto a molly strap or something too if you want to stick it on there, like that. Very versatile clips. This is how it's going to come. Okay, you saw that it had a pen pocket here, so we can stick a Sharpie in here, so you have something to write on your tourniquet if you should use it. And then this hole pattern here also accommodates a few other things. Inside of here is a little Tegris insert. All right, this is used if you want to mount any of the clips onto here. You'll put this insert in here and that will hold the fastener better than just the fabric. All right, that's what that's for. If you are not running it and you want to run this on your belt horizontally, you can. This is also sized for an 1.5 inch belt. So 1.5 inch belt slides right in there. All right, now you have your tourniquet carrier right on your belt. So if you're out working with your chainsaw or something, doing some work or whatever, and you want a tourniquet on your belt, nice and easy that way. This will also bolt up to our MSR plate, right? So if you want to carry a gun and a tourniquet, this whole pattern will bolt up to here as well, instead of the mag carrier. Another option is if you want to run it on some molly anywhere, this will mount that way or that way, so you can run it whichever way you like with a molly clip. That's an additional option on there. And then these belt clips are also an option. So these have a little bigger cavity, so they will clip onto your belt. So So if you wanted to run this on your pants belt vertically, you could bolt that clip on there and run that on your pants belt. These clips will also go on a lot of battle belts, and they're adjustable for belt size with this little tab here. You just move it up and down into these notches between 1.5 and 2 inch. So you can run these also vertically, or you can run 2 horizontally. If you wanted it to be horizontal on your belt somewheres, you can do it that way as well. So those are additional options. The belt clips or the MOLLE clip, those are additional options. It's coming standard with the DCC belt clip, pocket clip. That's how it's going to come. You can also take that off and run it horizontally on your belt. Another thing that I've been thinking about is making a Velcro panel that bolts to here, so you can Velcro it wherever you want. If that's something that you are interested in, when we get to the feedback portion, let me know that. All right, so that is the system. That's what you're going to get. Here's a couple of things just to keep you in the loop of where, how we got here. This was one of the first ones I tried to make. Very simple, just an elastic loop and then a piece of Tegris on the front so we could bolt it to things. And what we quickly found was if you sew, because you have to sew this stuff inside out to get this nice seam like this. This has to be inside out. You sew it and then flip it around the right way. Trying to turn this inside out with this hard Tegris piece on here was a nightmare. So that sucked and we ditched that pretty quickly. This was also an attempt. It was horrendous. It taught me how to sew elastic to Tegris, which was cool, but other than that, this thing sucked. It didn't work. These long slots sucked. Yeah, this was horrible. There was a few other options that along the way, like this one. We started getting the right idea for the size and shape, and then this panel was wrong, so that got cut off of the front of here, that sort of thing. So that's kind of the process. And if you want to start making stuff, here's the best tip I can give you. Just make one. It's going to suck, right? It's going to suck bad. But what it does is go, oh, this needs to change, this needs to change. Then you make another one, and the same thing happens. That's how you iterate, and you end up with something better, right? I don't know if this is exactly perfect. That's what you guys are here for. But here's my 95%. It might be the solution, but I'm gonna, this is the point of this group, is get it out of my echo chamber of, yeah, man, I made this cool thing. Look at me. No, I want to get it out into your hands. Make sure we have a really functional, really usable piece of gear, and that's where you guys come in. So that's at the cost plus shipping price point, because you have an obligation to give us feedback. That's the point of this group, right? So that's why there's no profit baked into the price, because instead of profit, we want some feedback from you. So that's kind of your obligation here. So what we do is we add up the price of the materials, we factor in the cost of labor, all the bills that is running a business. Okay, that's called cost. That's the overhead. All that is cost. That's what you're going to get charged for these products. And then shipping, of course, right? We're not baking any profit margin into this because we want the feedback from you. So I don't know, we'll figure it out. This is our first run. So of course, just like any product, we're going to iterate. We're going to try something, see how it works. We'll get better as we go. But anyway, probably about 2-3 weeks after we ship these out, we'll send in another email asking for that feedback. In that's where you guys come in. That's your obligation in this. It's going to be a few questions, 5-10 minutes, shoot me back an email, and that's it. So we are limiting these to one or two, I can't remember, 1 or 2 per person in the development group drops, just so somebody doesn't decide they want to get greedy and try and hoard limited run type stuff. Okay, so, but once these go live to the public, order as many as you want. If you find you have a bunch of different uses, I've found like 4 places that I'm going to have one of these. So that's it. So again, thank you so much for being here, and let's start building some cool shit.